Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again here to inform you guys about the annual Smack Talk Huddle. And I just want to say, for those of you that hop on the live, when you come into the live, please grant StreamYard permission so that we can see your comments and questions. And please share this video. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because I do want to be respectful of everyone's times. It's your girl, Mrs. Ann, the visionary of SMAC Talk, where SMAC stands for Sisters, Mothers, Aunts, and Cousins. And my mission is to affirm, confirm, mold, and motivate you to be all you were created to be. And my goal is simply to build trusting relationships throughout the globe. And one of the ways that I do this is through the annual SMAC Talk Huddle. And so, for those of you that have been following me, you've been seeing the lives. I've come and I've talked to several of the ladies that have attended both virtual as well as in-person huddle events. And I just wanted to share their testimonies with you guys on how the huddle has impacted their lives. And so tonight we have a very near and dear sister, mother, aunt, and cousin of mine, also my accountability partner, Chatney W. We are both Trailblazers Coaching Academy alumni, as well as accountability partners. And tonight, Chatney is going to be coming to you guys because she attended a virtual huddle because she's not from Benton Harbor. And so we did do a huddle virtually back in 2020 because of being at the top of the pandemic. And so just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background about the huddle started well, first of all, SMAC of course stands for Sisters, Mothers, Aunts, and Cousins, but the huddle started back in 2018 when a few of my coworkers and myself got together for just a Christmas gathering. And we had such an amazing time, and it was so impactful to all of our lives that we decided to do that again the following year. But instead of it being a Christmas gathering, I ended up naming it the Smack Talk Huddle. And so that was in 2018 at one of my coworkers' house. And then 2019 was the second huddle, and me and a sister friend of mine, we shared our personal testimony of really what authentic sisterhood looks like, and we shared our personal journeys on how we were joined together through a very unusual event in our own personal lives. And so as a result of that, we became extremely close. And if you attend the huddle, you'll meet her as well. And then in 2020, I delivered an amazing virtual book launch experience of my first literary work where I shared my story titled The Weapon Was Formed, but It Didn't Prosper. And that was in volume 4 of Down for the Count, Bouncing Back from Life's Blows, an anthology project that I participated in. In 2021, I presented Hidden Treasures, which was a journal that I created, just my own personal walk through overcoming various different obstacles in my own personal life. And as a matter of fact, I included that journal in my latest book, Identity Theft, Reclaiming Your Victory. The journal, which is actually available on Amazon. The journal, now this is one of those absolutely you don't do's. I don't have my book in my office with me, but this is the 7-day personal discovery journal, and then this is the first book that I presented in Down for the Count, Bouncing Back from Life's Blows. And this is my latest book project, Identity Theft, Reclaiming Your Victory. And so if you purchase Identity Theft, you actually get Hidden Treasures. in that book as well. And so you can go to my website, www.mrsanbay.com, and purchase Identity Theft Reclaiming Your Victory. And in 2022, we are going to be presenting The Worth of a Woman, embracing your title no matter which one you wear. So, again, at this time, I am going to introduce to some and present to others again my accountability partner, my bestest, Chatney White. And she is going to come and just talk about her own personal experience of what it was like attending the annual SMAC Talk Huddle. Hey, AP.
Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on today. As Ms. Ann has already stated, my name is Chatney White, and I am the founder and CEO of Grown and Sanctified Divas Network, where my mission is to encourage, equip, as well as to empower women across the globe on how to not only become, but to also remain determined, inspired, virtuous, and anointed women of God, as well as to help push you towards fulfilling your kingdom assignment while living your best life now. So that is my mission. That's what I'm about. And I'm so honored and excited about being invited to speak at the 5th annual SMAC Talk Huddle this year. I am just super, super excited. So I am sure that you all, everyone that attends is going to be in for a real treat. So I'm just really excited to be able to be a part of this event.
Yes, absolutely. And so, Chadney, I was just sharing with everybody how the huddle got started and how long, of course, 5th annual, how long I've been doing this and where it got started from. And so, you and I started Trailblazers Coaching Academy together. And when I hosted what was it, the third annual huddle. We did it virtually because we were in the midst of the pandemic, which was the huddle that you attended. And in attending that virtual huddle, what did you most enjoy about the huddle? Because I really want people to understand that the huddle is not just another one of those women get together type things. Like I really want women to take something from this experience.
Right, right. Well, let me just say, when I attended the virtual Smack Talk Huddle back in 2020, I mean, we all know that when it comes to virtual events, a lot of times, you can tune into things or watch things online or virtually, and it can be, kind of a little bit more difficult or challenging to stay engaged, or you're wondering if it's really going to have that same effect because you're not in person. But let me tell you, attending it virtually was just as good, if not even better, than attending it in person. I can say that I mean, just with the testimonies that were shared, and I mean, from start to finish, it held my attention, and that's not easy to do, especially when you're doing something virtually. So let me just say that it's definitely, as she said, and Miss Ann just stated, it's not just like another woman's get together. When you attend the Smack Talk Huddle, you are going to walk away transformed. You're going to walk away empowered. You're going to walk away changed. I mean, it's really going to have a lasting effect on you. I mean, from the testimony shared to those that ministered. I believe there was someone that shared a poem that year, or yeah, they had written a poem, or it was some poetry. I mean, everything that was shared, from every aspect of it, I was able to take something away. And so I what would I just say, if that was the experience, just being in the virtual room, in the virtual space, I can only imagine what it's going to be like to be there in person. So if you have any doubts, or you're a little hesitant because you're not sure, well, is this going to be just another typical women's event? It's not. I mean, it's really like none other, and you can expect to get, I like to say, just like a full buffet of everything, because there's going to be empowerment. I mean, there's going to be entertainment. There's going to be things shared from everyone that's going to be speaking. So it doesn't matter where you at or where you are in your walk in life. there's going to be something that you can be able to take away and gain from this. So I just want to say I'm excited to actually be in the room because I experienced it virtually and I know that it was powerful just attending it virtually. So my expectation is high for what is going to happen being there in person this year at the annual SMAC Talk Huddle.
Awesome. It's so funny, listening to you express that. I don't know if you remember the young lady that was in the virtual huddle and she kept going off camera. And then at the end, she said why she kept going off camera. And so we attend the same church. And I didn't ask her to, but she got up and she made an announcement a couple of Sundays ago. And one of the things that she said was, because she works in public service, having attended a lot of meetings and, you do a lot of things virtually. And she said she wasn't expecting for it to be what it was. And I think Glenda, who we talked with a few weeks ago, she said the same thing. Like virtually, even me personally, I was nervous out of my mind because I didn't know what to expect because it was virtual. Right. And I had never did a virtual event before. And I was like, I'm just going to go with it, and God, whatever you want it to be, let it be that. And so even for myself, me being the host, it blew my mind. It literally blew my mind. And you mentioned the poem, Betty Fudge Fisher was the one that wrote the poem. And I remember hearing that poem. She performed that piece at a event through our church. And it was just as hair raising hearing it the second time as it was the first time. And my god sister who sang the solo, I asked her to sing a particular song, but the song that she sang was literally smack dab befitting for that poem. And so it was just like,
that song that she sang, it was just like,
yes,
and the entire atmosphere. It just totally like
gonna be, yeah. So it was an experience. It was definitely an experience. And so for me, when I encounter things like that, I'm in awe of just what can happen when we let go of our own desires and we say, okay, God, I place this in your hand. Because truly the huddle, I say this often, the huddle is literally not about me. SMAC Talk is not about me, nothing at all. And Chatney, you know me, however I can encourage, I only have an encouraging word because I want to see women truly free in their mind, free in their hearts, free in their spirits to really live out what it is that God has called them to do. And in order to do that, you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so that's really what the huddle is all about, is being able to, as you stated, walk away having been empowered, having been encouraged, because we all go through things. We all experience things on various different levels. And we cannot look at our sisters, our mothers, our aunts, our cousins and say, woe is that person, or even woe is me, because my experience is not that person's experience, because we may all come upon that journey at some point in time in life. That's a guarantee. We can never go through life and say, that's never going to be me, because we will all have the same experiences at some point in time in life. And I believe that our experiences are what allows us to be able to help the other person. It's not for us, it's so that we can help another person along their journey. And so with that being said, you are in fact one of the panel speakers this year. And I just want to say thank you once again, because when I was toying with, should I ask Chatney? I really want somebody who I know who is authentic in their walk in singleness. And I really want somebody that I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that they take this being a single woman serious, and I was like, I don't know if she's going to want to come all the way to Michigan. And so when I asked you, you were like, sure. And I was like, and so again, thank you so much for partnering with me in purpose. And so because you were one of the panelists, I just want to ask just a little nuggets. What do people have to look forward to coming from the CEO of Grown and Sanctified Divas?
Well, for you all that don't already know, so the theme for the annual SMAC Talk Huddle this year is a woman's worth, and I'm going to be speaking on a single woman's worth, right? Because as Miss Ann just stated, I am a single woman, and so. And let me just say, I was honored that you even asked me to speak and be a part of this. I'm sure, well, I'm not gonna say, that you probably had a lot of people to choose from that you probably could have asked, anyone else, but I'm just excited and honored that you asked me. And I'm excited about coming to Michigan. I always like coming to a state I've never been to before. I'm not excited about the cold though, because I know it gets cold up there, really cold.
Right.
But I am excited to be able to come visit and see you in person, and also be a part of this phenomenal event and be there in person for the SMAC Talk Huddle finally. So I'm going to be talking about a single woman's worth, right? And one thing that I would say is that, being a single woman, of course, especially in this day and age, 2022, is not an easy thing. I know all of my single sisters out there can attest to that. And a lot of times, especially, with us being in this social media age and in this society and culture that we're in now, where everybody just pretty much puts everything out there on social media, put everything out there on Front Street, and I'm not going to get into that right now, to each his own. But with that being said, so it can appear like and seem like, everybody is coupled up. Everybody is getting married or engaged, every time you turn around. And this is no hate or shade, to anyone, of that. I congratulate and celebrate, everyone, when it comes to those major accomplishments, such as, getting engaged, getting married. But I feel like a lot of times the enemy can sometimes use that against us as single women, so to speak, and can make us feel like, we're missing out or our lives are not totally complete because, we're not married or we don't have a spouse. So I'm going to be speaking about and digging a little further into that, as far as not to let your single status define you, but let it refine you. And what I mean by that is that
that's gonna be good.
I'm telling you, I'm coming. I'm bringing the fire. So
Okay.
pray for me, but because and I'll be the first to attest and admit that I have been guilty of this, in the past before, of really being consumed by my status of being single and feeling like, everything will not be complete, or everything is not complete yet because this part of my life hasn't happened, or that particular, or I'm still in this current status of being single. But we as single women have to learn how to allow our single status to refine us, meaning that we need to fully make sure that we are maximizing our time of singleness to the fullest. And it's not, and I don't just mean, going on trips and vacations and hanging out. I mean, that is a small aspect of it, because this is a time really where you are free to do whatever you need to do and go about and do whatever you need to do without having to, constantly, to check in with somebody or to make sure it's gonna, mesh well or go well, or, checking with your husband or spouse, and nothing wrong with that either. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of times we can start to focus more on the disadvantages of being single versus the advantages of being single, and how we should fully be maximizing this time until God brings us our God ordained spouse. how we can really be using this time to make sure that we are becoming the best version of ourselves and that we are focused on our assignment, because all of us have a God-given assignment and purpose that he has given us, and it's not centered around being married or getting a husband, and nothing wrong with that. And God gave us that desire because yes, he says it's not good for man to be alone, right? But
girl, you come on and preach.
in the meantime and in between time, we have an assignment to complete, to fulfill, whether we are single or married. So we got to make sure that we are fully utilizing and maximizing our time as single women to be about our Father's business. And that's what really helped me in my single status, for me to focus on being about my Father's business, because I have an assignment, I have a purpose, I am significant, whether or not I have a husband.
Yes, with or without a spouse.
We have to make sure that we are focused on becoming the best version of ourselves, and focusing on going about fulfilling our God-given assignment and purpose until that appointed time comes for us to be married. All right, so that's what I'm going to be talking about. You know, basically, don't let your single status define you. Let it refine you.
Refine you. I like that. That is going to be good. So for all of you that are watching, for those of you that will catch the replay, if you are single, if you know somebody who's single and they need to be in the room when Chatney speaks on this subject matter of literally embracing the title of being single. And you know, oftentimes I laugh and I say, God know who to give singleness to. He know. He already know. And so, you know, everybody is not graced for singleness. I really believe that everybody's not graced for singleness, just like everybody's not graced for marriage. And so not getting your lines crossed up and stepping off into something too soon, you know, so that you end up divorced multiple times or whatever the case may be.
Right.
You know,
And to speak to that, and I'm going to cut you off, but you know, just piggybacking off what you just said. You know, we can be so quick to want to jump into something or just to want to change our status, you know, to go ahead and be married because we don't want to be in that status. We just want to go ahead and change it. I don't want to be this anymore. And then, like you said, we could possibly be jumping into something that we're not ready for, and it's not our season. And for a lot of us, we have to come to terms and make peace with the fact that if we are single right now, we are married for the most part. I would say that there may be some exceptions to this, but for the most part, if you are not married at the current time, then that means that it is not God's timing yet for you to be married. And so, like you were saying, we can't be so quick to want to jump into that because we're so anxious to want to go ahead and change our status. And then you could find yourself, you know, in divorce court. And that's not what, you know, that's not what we want. That's not what anybody wants. I mean, if you take a look around right now, I mean, I'm telling you, it's like every other day we're finding about somebody getting divorced. Now, this is, you know, in the entertainment and the, you know, in the celebrity arena, but this also happens in real life. But what we had to remember, as in the words of, you know, our coach Carla Kennedy, as she stated, we had to remember that celebrities are real people too. So they may be famous and celebrities, but they're still real people. And it seemed like every other day I turn around and I'm hearing about another couple getting divorced. And it's almost like, what is going on? And I really believe that the enemy is really, you know, coming after and attacking the institute of marriage is more than evident. You know, not going to get into that topic for a whole nother day, but I just bring that up to say that that's why we have to be fully maximizing. We have to fully maximize our season of singleness. And then, you know, before, you know, when it gets to the point of you making that decision to get married or to join together with somebody, you better make sure that you got a confirmation, show enough confirmation for the Holy Spirit because that is a major decision.
Yeah.
Words of somebody, I don't know who said this. I don't know where this quote originated from, but it pretty much goes, it's better to wait long than to marry wrong.
Mm.
I just firmly believe that.
I ain't never heard that one,
It's
but I
better
like that.
long
Wait,
than marry
yes,
wrong. And so
yes.
I'm speaking to all of my single sisters out here now. You may feel like you have been waiting forever, or you may feel like it's never going to happen, or Lord, when is it going to happen? But I promise you, and I'm telling you, with the way the divorce rate is now, and we don't speak, we speak and come against divorce, and separation and all that in the name of Jesus. But this is not just happening out in the world; it's happening in the church world too. It's happening.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
happening across the board. Okay, we know the stats are that over 50% of marriages end in divorce. That's the stat. Now we don't have to become a part of that, but at the
Yeah.
same time, we have to make sure that we are fully equipping ourselves and doing everything we can to fully prepare ourselves before stepping into that arena. And I think part of the reason why we may be seeing, a high divorce rate is across the board, because I think a lot of people jump into marriage for a lot of the wrong reasons, or either not really fully making sure how is this person really going to be a good fit for my life, not just for the right now, present time, but on down the road. Okay. So
Yeah.
again, as the saying goes, it's better to wait long than to marry wrong. And let's,
Yeah.
as women, use this season and time that we are single to really make sure that we are refining ourselves and becoming the best version possible, so that when we do meet our future spouse, our future husband, we are ready and we are well equipped to be able to have a fruitful and a kingdom marriage.
Yes. And I think that, one of the things that we can't forget is that is applicable to both the female and the male population.
Right.
Because a lot of times there's this mindset that, and I know we're getting totally off topic here, but that there's this mindset that we can press for the female to be a virgin, but we're not going to tell the little boys that it's okay for them to be a virgin. Well,
right. Talk about that. I feel like that is very one-sided, because
ain't gonna be no virgin.
Right. Because as
females,
we're hearing it all the time. Well, close your legs, wait until you get married. And a lot of us, that's what we strive for. That's always, for the most of us, that's always been the goal. But then men are not being taught or preached that same narrative. So when we come across and we meet them, it's like we have, this mindset of, we're trying to do things right and keep our legs closed and wait until marriage. But men are not taught that, or they're not looked down upon if they out here just having sex with whoever they want to whenever.
Exactly.
But we
haven't been taught that.
Right. Oh yeah, you're right. It needs to be taught on both sides, because honestly, men are not taught, I would say as a whole, men are not taught about how to abstain, or that they should abstain. But we're constantly being taught and preached about that. And it has to be taught, like you said, on both sides, because if not,
both sides. Absolutely.
We have a group of women out here trying to wait and hold it down and keep our legs closed. But we got a group of, and then you got the men out here that are not on that same page, and it creates, a disconnect.
Conflict.
Because we're not already on the same page.
Yeah. So now you have the female who's, having anxiety because, she likes this guy and she doesn't want to lose him because, this, that, and the third. And so, we could that's another topic for another day. We literally this is just there's a lot to unpack in that whole context of, just literally and we're gonna digress.
Right. Let me just say, this is just a sneak preview of what's going to be talked about at the 5th annual SMAC Talk Huddle. So you need to make sure that you get your ticket tonight, get registered. Okay, go to the website. It's on the screen, and I think it may be in the comments as well. But you need to go ahead and get registered, because this is just, like I said, this is just a sneak preview, a preview of a coming attraction of what I'm going to be discussing at the 5th annual SMAC Talk Huddle. I'm bringing it. And anybody that knows me, look, I'm not about to, I'm just going to keep it real and raw and relevant, because us as single women, that's what we need. And what better way to hear from somebody that is actually in the trenches? You're not hearing it from somebody that is engaged or married or been, married for 2 or 5 years. Like, I'm still in the trenches with y'all in this single season. And I understand how difficult it can be, but I promise you, you can get through it with the help of God and the Holy Spirit. You can get through it, but you have to be making sure that you are well taught and equipped, because it's not going to be easy. But I promise you, you can do it, and it's going to be worth it in the end.
Yes. Wow. And all I can say is, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And I totally respect, your platform. And I think it's amazing. I think it's so needed. And, I know probably, I know a lot of women probably look at you and say, she ain't abstinent. She ain't abstinent. But because of the conversations that we have, and you say, Ms. Ann, I ain't gonna tell you it's easy, and so I know.
Right. I'll be the first to say that since I've been saved, yes, I haven't been totally abstinent since I've been saved. I've been saved a long time. I have a child. I have a daughter. I had a daughter out of wedlock. Okay, right. So there's proof, but I can speak to you from both sides, from someone that has not always been practicing abstinence, and someone that has been practicing abstinence over the last 4 years at least. Okay. Yeah. So I've had some bumps in the roads, and I have fallen off. We all have fallen off. But the point of it is, even if you fall off, you dust yourself off and you pick yourself up and you keep it moving. That's what you got to do.
Yes, the scriptures say, if a man falls 77 times, you get back up, no matter how many times.
You get back up, you dust yourself off, and you keep it moving.
Keep it moving, yes. And so you already said, the reasons why people should attend the SMAC Talk Huddle. So just want to have you to reiterate once again, if somebody were to ask you, what is this SMAC Talk Huddle? I've never heard of it. What could you tell them in regards to why they should attend, if you want to just recap that part?
Wow. So you should attend the SMAC Talk Huddle because this is one of the only events that you can come to and be around another group of women, that come from all different walks of life, where there's going to be no judgment, no shade, nobody looking down on you, where you can truly come as you are. And not only that, you're going to receive so many powerful nuggets, so many things shared that are going to be able to help transform your life, whether that's mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It doesn't matter. Like, you're going to be able to walk away transformed. And on top of that, the price is very, very low. So, you're going to be getting empowered, encouraged, some great entertainment, as well as you'll be able to enjoy and eat some good food and fellowship with other women, all for a very low cost. And on top of that, this is going to be a intimate and in a safe place. And it's an environment where you can be able to come and just really kick back and be able to receive and be able to replenish your mental and your physical. Because as women, a lot of times we constantly go. We're doing like we're all guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. I have to make myself slow down. I have to make myself just take time out to rest sometimes, because I feel like, this I gotta be doing something right now. There's something I need to do. And it is always something to get done.
Right.
Sometimes you still gotta just stop yourself and be like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna sit down and rest. This is the perfect opportunity to be able to come to a space, an environment, and be able to get replenished and restored and rejuvenated. And then you could walk away not just saying that you attended another social event, but you really walked away a better woman, because we're going to be talking about not just things pertaining to the single woman, but also to the married woman, and and those of us that are mothers, motherhood, those of us that are in business as well as in ministry. So you're going to be able to pull and gain something from no matter what role or no matter what hat you wear. And most of us, we wear all those hats or most of those hats. So what other event can you come to? And well, I'm sure there may be others, but I can only speak and attest to this. And I know that the annual SMAC Talk Huddle is like none other. And so I'm excited. I am flying halfway across the country just to be there. Just to be there. So I'm telling you, if you are anywhere near the Benton Harbor, Michigan area, even if you're not, okay, go ahead and make plans now. Get your bus ticket, your plane ticket, or gas up the car, whatever you need to do. Get your hotel now, whatever you need to do. Make plans to be there and to join us this year at the 5th annual SMAC Talk Huddle, which will be going down on Saturday, December 10th. All right, you need to be in the room because it's going to be phenomenal, and I can't wait. I'm just super excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chatney. You sound excited. You sound like you is really, really hyped. Like
I am. I'm like, let's get it. Let's go.
Yes. And this is going to be good. And I've said this, when the Lord gave me SMAC Talk and when he gave me the huddle and he showed me, and my husband and I, we just attended the Ministering to the Forgotten banquet with our pastor and some other members of our church. And we were sitting in the room at this event center there at the community college here. And literally, I was telling my husband, I said, this is the room that the Lord showed me that this huddle is going to be in. And he showed me WWW, Warrior Women in the Word, networking. And it's literally going to be all about women empowering each other, because we live in we live our lives in such a way where we're always in competition with one another, and we have to try to be better and do better. And it's like, you know what? It's one of those situations where, for me, there's a lot of women, and this is one of the things that I struggle with when the Lord gave me SMAC Talk, was there's a lot of women out here doing empowerment. But you know what? At the end of the day, nobody's going to empower you the way Miss Ann is going to do it. Nobody is going to be as real with you as Antoinette, because you don't see me with carpets on my eyes. You are not going to see me with all these long nails on. I'm 100% me. I am 100% me. But just as real as you see me, that's the realness of my heart. I'm that real. You're not going to see me with a bunch of makeup on. You're not going to see me all fashioned up and glammed up, because it's not me. Because what God put inside of me was to let a woman know that God is going to meet you right where you are. You don't have to be all cutesied up and pritzied up in order for God to meet you where you are. So there's no point in me being something that I'm not. Even when it came to me doing this book cover, other than my beautician doing my hair, makeup, clothes, that's all me. I wasn't trying to, create this this individual that I'm not. Because when you see me on any given day, you're gonna see me in some jeans and a t-shirt, jeans and a hoodie, jeans and some or sweatpants and a t-shirt. That's how you're gonna see me. So I don't want people to look at a picture of me, and when they see me in real life, they don't know who I am. Yeah, that ain't me. I'm 100%. I am 100%. I am that 100%. Tell it like a TI is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to fake. I'm not going to front because it's not me. I'm going to give you the raw, unadulterated truth. I'm sorry. The only thing that I can do is apologize for being the realest person that you'll ever know. I used to tell my kids that all the time. I am the realest friend that you will ever have because I'm going to tell you what somebody else won't tell you. I'm going to tell you the TRU truth.
Yep, she sure is. I can attest to that. She gonna tell you like a TI is.
And so that's what I want people to walk away from when it comes to this huddle. I want people to leave and feel like, wow, that was a real event. Like I didn't have to go and feel like I had to perform or do anything like that. No, like this is real. These are real life people. Sharing real life experiences of where they are, where they've been, where they're going. And so that's what it's all about. And so, again, I always say there's nowhere that you can go and you're going to get food, entertainment, and encouragement and empowerment for what these tickets cost. It's not happening.
Nowhere. It's not happening.
God says move to something else that's going to require more. This is what it is. And he has blessed me with some amazing people in my life that as I was sharing earlier, somebody donated, tickets for somebody who really wants to attend the huddle that maybe they don't have the money to attend because they've attended the huddle and they know the experience that they have gotten out of the huddle. And so I just want people to come and to be blessed, for their lives to be blessed, and for their whole world to be changed as a result of having attended the annual SMAC Talk Huddle. And one of the things that I think is so phenomenal is the experience that we shared with some of the members of our church over the past week or two, and then the fact that what the prophetic message that came in behind it. It was involving the number 5, and this is the 5th annual SMAC Talk Huddle. And so there's just so many things about this huddle that's really special to me. And so one of those things, Chatney, you being in attendance, and a couple of other people that have partnered in purpose. And so I'm just super excited. And again, for those of you that have not already gotten your ticket, please go to www.mrsannbay.com/events, register for the huddle. And if you want to be a recipient of the free ticket that was donated, please inbox me, and you will probably, first come, first serve, you might get that free ticket. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Chatney, for joining me on tonight. Thank you for providing your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And so we look forward to seeing you guys again on Saturday, December the 10th. Doors open at 9 a.m. for the 5th annual SMAC Talk Huddle. Again, go to www.mrsannbay.com/events to get your ticket. If you want to be the recipient of the free ticket, please inbox me when this live ends. And as always, it's your girl, Mrs. Ann, the visionary of SMAC Talk, where SMAC stands for Sisters, Mothers, Aunts, and Cousins. And you guys already know what to do. Go talk smack to somebody.